I mean, we're trying, right? We're trying. I think, yeah. Like, if we can release episodes 3 out of 4 weeks, that's pretty good.
We got that YouTube one that we're still sitting on.
Good enough.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to Basements, Faults, and Catapults. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm Trevor.
And here we're going to be looking at games, genres, and the things that we enjoy in gaming.
And to do that, we're going to be randomly selecting a genre each episode.
Yeah, we'll give a brief rundown of that genre.
And then we'll select 2 games. One of these games will be something we want to catapult into glory, while the other will be cast into the fault lines riddling our basement lair. The catch, and what we hope will be the fun part, is neither of us will have played, or at least played heavily, the titles the other selected.
Yeah, so we're going to take those titles, the best, the worst, we'll divide them up. One of us gets the good, one of us gets the bad. We're going to play it for about an hour. We're going to meet back up and we're going to chat about it.
That's where we'll give our own opinions of the other's game, celebrate where we agree, and refrain from murdering each other where we disagree. After all, not everyone can have a perfect opinion.
And that's it. We hope that you'll join us, listen in, maybe be inspired to try a few titles along the way. Or let us know exactly why our opinions are trash.
Thank you for joining us. And remember, games don't make you violent. Leg does.
Leg does. I was for a second there, I thought you were going to make the CEO joke, so thank God.
Oh, no. I won't be joking about CEOs today.
No CEO jokes today.
By the time, we record a few episodes in advance, so by the time this releases, the CEO thing will be a thing of the past.
Yeah. Or it'll be suddenly very relevant again.
Although, you know what? I mean, there's definitely going to be the trial, which is going to be very interesting to watch how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm going to be, right now he's fighting extradition. So that'll be, probably we won't see a result of that until the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting any way it plays out. And on that note, any way it plays out, we're here to play some games. Killing
people's wrong, okay?
Killing people is wrong. We should never, ever, 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 ever kill people.
Especially if you're the CEO of a corporation.
Especially if
you're denying people insurance claims that they should rightfully be getting.
Yeah, but hey.
Yeah. Murder is murder, people.
What do we know? We're Canadians.
Murder is wrong. Murder is wrong.
We have healthcare.
Well, we kind of do.
We kind of have.
My DNA tests for my condition that I have, my medical condition that I have been sitting in a refrigerator for the last 7 or 8 months because the 2 provinces can't agree between which province should be paying for it. Our province is supposed to pay for it, but the provinces are not getting along. So healthcare in Canada is slowly crumbling into a fine paste.
Interesting. I haven't experienced any of the more difficult aspects of healthcare. I think the worst I had was 2 months ago. I went in to get get my chest checked out. I was having a bit of a cough though. Got my X-rays done. I walked out with a prescription. Yes, it took 4 hours. But
basic healthcare in Canada is good, but anything beyond basic healthcare is coming apart at the seams.
Getting a little tricky.
Hate
to hear it. Hate to hear it.
But it is what it is. Speaking of healthcare, have you ever played 2 Point Hospital?
Yes. I thought you were going to say Surgeon Simulator, which is equally hilarious.
It is.
But yeah, I played 2 Point Hospital. That wasn't like the Flying Leapfrog, I think was the company.
Back in the day, there was Theme Hospital as well.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of.
And Theme Hospital was great, where pregnancy was an illness.
It
was one of the illnesses that you could get, and you'd come in to have it.
Leapfrog Entertainment or Flying Leapfrog or one of those. But they did Theme Hospital. They did Dungeon Keeper.
Yeah,
they did a lot of really classic games of that genre.
Dude, loved Dungeon Keeper. Yeah, it was good times. So we're here today to pick a genre, my good sir.
Oh,
episode number 33 today.
Episode 33. Bullfrog Productions.
Bullfrog, yes, that's the one. And Bullfrog did a lot of interesting games like that, where there were hilarities, you'd have a guy with an inflated head.
Oh, that
was like a balloon.
Peter Molyneux. That's why. Peter Molyneux, Fable.
And Fable was great too.
Yeah.
But you'd have guys with inflated heads, full of air.
Yeah.
Hot heads or whatever. And you'd have to bring them in, pop their head. Their head would splatter onto the side of their body, and then they'd have to pump it back up to normal size again.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was just funny little. Theme Hospital was the hilarity of the healthcare system, and it was pretty funny. I enjoyed the sense of humor that games of yore used to have. You know,
And then the legacy of Bullfrog was pretty big because a lot of the people from Bullfrog went on to Lionhead Studios, which of course made Black and White.
Oh my God, yes, Black and White was another of my favorites.
And Fable. Muckyfoot Productions, which of course went and made Startopia.
Oh yeah.
Well, who else? Media Molecule, Little Big Planet, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy when you're like, yeah, these games I really loved as a kid, and then you're like, wait a minute, all of these developers went on to create all of the future games that I enjoyed. Weird.
And then 2 Point Studios, of course, which went on to make Point Hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's enough of our down the road. What games are you hoping to see today?
Oh gosh, I've been playing so much Enshrouded lately. I feel like I need a break from the survival genre.
You don't want any more open world crafting survival games?
No, so knowing my luck, we're gonna get survival games.
That's what we'll get.
You know what I'd love to play? Farm Simulator 2024. Yes.
Farming, like, I love a good farm simulator, like Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon. Like, I love those games.
I'd love to do like running my own shop simulator type thing.
Yeah. There's one called Moonlighting that I'm interested in.
Yeah, that would be fun. Just I'd really love like a really chill genre today.
Yeah, okay.
Just because you know, the weeks leading into the holidays in December. Man, things are so fast paced.
Yeah, because we're recording this on the 14th of December here, so like,
yeah,
you know, we're getting into it.
Yeah, we're getting into it, and then there's so much like familial obligations and social obligations and dinners and events and luncheons.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. So I'd like to play a genre that lets us just kind of slow the pace.
Perfect. What we don't want is the Santa is a cute anime girl. John.
Yeah, we do. I mean, no, we don't.
Trevor! No! We've built this entire brand on We Hate Weeb Games.
Mrs. Claus.
That's Mrs. Claus.
That's Mrs. Claus. Yeah, because Santa's a weeb.
Oh, Santa's a weeb, so he married an anime girl. Good. You know what? Good for you, Saint Nick.
You know, I have to admit, I have not watched a single anime really this year.
Really?
I was watching a little bit of Delicious in Dungeon, which is kind of fun because they get to eat. They like go in the dungeon, they fight the monsters, and then they eat the monsters, and they culinary delights of how to cook up each of the monsters.
Wasn't there one episode where like they cook up the parasite worms that were in one of the monsters?
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's a wild anime. It's kind of, but it's comedy. It's lighthearted. It's fun.
Yeah.
But I haven't played any anime based video games in a long time. Like I haven't played Dragon Ball Kakarot in well over a year. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of having a falling out with anime culture these days. However, Odafest is coming up in Calgary soon.
Oh yeah, we will be applying for
Yes, I can. I think I can actually apply now.
Yeah, we're applying. So like, who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, I digress. I have in my left hand the Dice of Destiny.
The Dice of Destiny. Let's do it. Let's roll the Dice of Destiny.
Rolling the Dice of Destiny gives us a 3.
3? Well, then I'm going to hit the roll button.
What do we get?
Deck building.
I feel like we just did deck building.
When did we last do deck?
I made you play Cultist Simulator.
That was episode 19.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Yeah, time flies, man.
Nice, and you get the good game.
We're on episode 33 today. Now, yeah, we have...
Or, what's our other option?
Well, so there's 1990s and there's retro.
Okay.
I think I want to do deck building.
Let's do deck building. Done.
Yeah.
I got a fun, chill game for you. It's called Stacklands.
Ooh, Stacklands.
I already know what game you're playing. I play a lot of deck building games, guys. I already know what game you're playing. You're playing You're playing Stacklands.
I like it. Let me go and check out Stacklands, and then I've got to find you a deck building game.
Yeah, it's got to be bad.
You know, the unfortunate thing is last time we played
you could make
deck building, you had to play a bad one too.
Yeah, but I play a lot of good ones, so like it doesn't like I play a lot of deck building.
That's almost 50-50, like because we alternate. It's almost like we alternate every episode.
Yes, almost. There's that new Pokemon deck building game that came out. TCG Pocket, I think it's called.
So which one? Stacklands or Stacklands 2000?
Stacklands.
Oh, that's DLC.
Yeah, just get the base game.
Okay, I'm gonna get the base game.
I mean, I think it's like $12.
It's on my wish list. I think it's because you recommended it to me last time we did deck building.
Probably because it's good.
So we're gonna try it out. Let's continue to payment. I always have to remember what my codes are.
1 year, and it's been a while now, so this is no longer my active card. But one period, I had a CVC code that was very similar to a airline, a very famous airline.
Oh yeah.
Or sorry, I shouldn't say airline. Airplane identifier.
Yeah.
Like an Aerobus.
Yeah.
So it was really easy for me to remember. I was like, oh, I'll catch my airplane.
I love it. Yeah, you know, they change credit cards every, like 4 years or whatever.
4 or 5, I think is the term. I'm not too sure.
And then you kind of end up in a situation where you're like, dang, it just changed. Now I don't remember my credit card number. I don't remember. Yeah.
You got to go through and re-up everything.
So deck building games, man.
Yeah, you gotta find me
I gotta pick you one that's not so great. Did you know that Magic: The Gathering Arena is free to play and it is mixed reviews?
Yes, and before you go and be like, you should play that, I have Magic: The Gathering.
Is it pretty
Arena.
bad? Is it worth the mixed?
Yes, a lot of that mixed review is based off of two things. The first thing, of course, is the player base. The people on Arena are. Half of them are trash.
Okay.
A quarter of them are really good, and a quarter of them are really good and really jerky about it.
Okay. Well, yeah, Magic: The Gathering is a whole thing. People take their Magic very seriously.
They do. It's wild. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that Magic: The Gathering Arena is worth, like, it works fine. It's very pretty. There are some aspects of it that I dislike. But overall, I enjoyed my time on Magic.
Fair enough. Have you played Warhammer 40,000 WarpForge yet?
I have not.
All right. It is mixed reviews.
Okay. So, is it mixed reviews because of the player base, or is it mixed reviews because of the actual game?
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
Okay, let's find out. How much am I paying?
It is free to play.
Oh, what? Crazy. That means it's pay to win.
It's probably pay to win, which could affect the results of how we feel about the game.
It is true. We have opinions about pay to win.
Yeah, so I think
Oh, there's a Soritus expansion pack that is $40.
Okay.
Oh no, that's the starter bundle. Sorry,
yeah, don't buy the starter bundle.
I misspoke.
See if the game's actually worth playing before you start spending all that hard-earned cash.
Yeah. All right, play again.
Yeah, there are actually there's a huge number of deck building games.
Oh, we might not be playing this game.
No, that's the one. That's the one I want you to play for sure.
Okay.
I'm just looking through it. I'm going, wow, there are so many.
Deck building is a really popular sort of genre.
Yeah.
Ever since Richard Garfield brought us the wonderful Urza saga and made us play Magic.
I've been playing a fair bit of TCG Card Shop Simulator.
I love TCG Card Shop.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Not gonna lie, kind of enjoying it.
Did you check out the Dragon Ball Z mod yet?
No, not yet. I'm playing mod free. I tend to play most games mod free.
Yes, but I as soon as I see a cool mod, and I'm always looking. As soon as I see a cool mod, I'm like, that's getting at it.
I like it.
We're not even messing about getting at it.
So yeah, I think we've got our games. So let's talk about games. Let's
talk about a little bit. You want me to talk about Stacklands?
Yeah. Why don't you introduce Stacklands to me? Tell me, give me a quick summary. Who's the developer, publisher, and when was it released?
Okay, so Stacklands is a sort of colony manager card game in which you, as the sort of leader, are given a deck of cards, and you use those cards to interact with your village. So, putting up 2 people in a hut will make a baby kind of idea, right?
Okay, cool.
So you're moving the cards around, and then you use cards to unlock or create new cards, right?
Cool.
And then as the game progresses, you can buy more card packs using in-game currency. It's not like your settlers can make gold or wood or whatever. You use that gold or wood to buy new cards.
Cool.
And those cards confused. So it's very cool. It's very reminiscent of sort of any board game where you have to like manage your workers, like worker management games.
Yeah.
But it's all based on cards, and it's really fun. I would recommend you play it regular first, and then when you die, do it without the monster spawns, just to get an idea of everything.
Okay.
And then go back and play it your third playthrough with monster spawn.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, it's as far as I'm aware, it's a smaller independent developer. Yeah, Sock Pop Collective. Yeah, they're a cool little group.
Well, I do like supporting the smaller developers, you know. I feel like it's important to, you know, keep the indies going and not give too much money to the big corporates.
They've done a lot. Like as far as games go, they've done a lot. They have like 100+ games they've made. I would argue that none of them are as good as Stacklands.
Yeah, okay.
But, you know, what do I know?
April 2022, hey? Cool. All right, well, I like that. I'm looking forward to Stacklands. So, Warhammer WarpForge. A free-to-play digital collectible card game set in the 41st millennium. WarpForge brings together the major factions of the Warhammer 40,000 universe as digital cards for players to collect and do battle within brutal and fast-paced skirmishes.
Oh no! Am I playing against people?
And then your developer's Everguild.
Oh god, okay. That's gonna be ugly.
And it was released October 3rd, 2024.
Okay, this sounds like it was a mobile game that got a PC release.
Gosh, I hope not. But isn't that the dang thing now? We're getting so many issues with computers being moved or games being moved to PC from like mobile. Yeah. Well, it's got mixed reviews for a reason. Let's find out why. All right. Are we ready to rock and roll?
Let's rock and roll! I'll see you all in an hour.
Catch you all on the flippity flip.
Flip side, setting the timer.
Radio, basement vaults, and catapults
now.
Ready to rock.
We're locked. Good luck.
All right. Have fun.
Don't die.
I'm gonna.
You're gonna. Yeah, you will. Oh, you. Okay. I got. Oh well. C'est la vie.
Flew too close to the sun. Did you?
Not even. All right, we got 6 minutes left. I'm done. I don't know about.
Are you done?
I'm done. I got my ass kicked in draft.
Oh no. Well, I'm enjoying this.
Are you?
Fun.
I'm so glad to hear it.
It's a whole thing, right? It rewards you as you go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like stockpile gardens so I can produce lots of food.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, so far so good though. So far so good. Oh damn, I got a rat. I'm gonna go kill this rat. Dirty rat.
Have you gotten any of the like scary monsters yet?
Skeletons, goblins, yeah. Taking them out like a boss. Oh boy.
And on that note, my friend, you have 1 minute and 18 seconds.
I'm pretty much wrapping up, man.
I lost my last game 25 seconds ago. I'm done.
Gotcha. I think I'm good to end it there.
Yeah. Well, no. If you're having fun, keep playing.
You know, the thing is, I've been doing all this pre-planning so that I could put my 2 little villagers into a house and have them make a little villager baby.
Oh my god.
Well, I wanted to make sure I had good food production and lots of space.
You don't want to bring a child into this world and not have like everything ready for them.
Yeah, there you go. I have my first baby. Oh, the baby ate a lot of food.
Well, he's a growing boy.
I did not account for baby eating so much food. But that's okay. Tons of apple trees. Baby can't really do anything. Oh, baby has to grow up in the house. I see. Okay. I took the baby out of the house thinking the baby would like, you know, do stuff, but the baby just has to sit in the house for a while, which kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Have you built like a campfire or a cookhouse? Because you can cook food and make better.
I have a campfire, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, you don't have meat.
I need meat for the campfire. Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
That's a wrap.
All right, let me exit the game. Back to menu.
Progress will be saved.
So it says.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
we're back from an hour of playing games. We're back.
We're back. Everybody get back now. All right. Well, I had WarpForge and you had Stacklands.
Yeah, so
You want to go first? You had the good game today. Let's start off on a high note.
Okay, we'll start off on the high note, which means we're going to end on a low note. But that's okay.
We're going to end on a rage note.
We can end on a high note. All right. So yeah, Stacklands.
Tell me about it.
This is a cute little game.
It was cute. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, which is kind of nice. It's your standard kind of deck builder, card builder game. You're running a little village, and you start out with like one villager, and you have to gather food from berry bushes and trees and apples, and you slowly kind of open up more and more card packs, and you gotta sell items that you're mining, whether it's like stone or wood or sticks. You gotta sell them in order to get more coins to buy more packs. So you kind of get into the grind of like produce goods, sell goods, buy packs, produce goods, sell goods, buy pack. And so you do this like kind of lather, rinse, repeat, and then you get a second villager. And then you get a spear and you build militia. And you slowly convert all your villagers into like slightly more powerful villagers. And then the portals start coming, and the goblins start coming, and the skeletons start coming. And yeah, I mean, I seem to be well prepared.
You were doing really well.
I had to build a lot of sheds because sheds expand the number of cards that you can hold in your deck total. So I kept like every other moon, each kind of turn phase is called a moon. So you get one full day, more or less, to kind of build yourself up, gather cards. And so every other one I was like, build another shed, because it uses one card to have a shed of your one of 18 or however many you have. But then every shed you build adds 4. So you gain 3 effectively for every shed that you build. Yeah. So I'm like, shed. So I built like 4 or 5 sheds. And yeah, so you get trees, you convert them to wood, you convert that to sticks, you convert stone from rock, and you kind of build up your core resources, which is wood, stone, sticks, and food, basically.
Yeah, and eventually, way down the line, you start unlocking like mine and things.
Yeah, so I got like a logging camp so that I could get unlimited wood. You just throw a villager on the camp and they produce more wood resources. There was a quarry. I built like 3 gardens so that I could just produce food before. And I kind of thought about it a bit strategically. So I was like, if I'm going to have more villagers, I'm going to need more food. And I kind of looked at the pace at which the food was getting eaten, and I'm like, for the first little while, you're barely producing enough food for your one villager.
Yeah.
And you're really relying a lot on your card decks that you're buying to drop more berry bushes or more trees, something so that you can get more food. So I was a little bit worried about getting my second villager, and I was like, oh man, a little while I was a little nervous because I'm like, I don't have enough food to go around. I got to scramble to buy enough, selling rock and selling wood and selling other resources so I could open packs and try to get more wood and berry bushes. And then eventually I was like, okay, I got to get the garden. Open up the garden, which is like 1 soil, 2 wood, 2 rock, and a villager. And you build yourself a garden.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you've got, the ability to just drop an apple or a berry onto the garden to produce another apple tree or another berry bush.
Yeah. So now you just have to make sure you're always holding on to one to replenish the garden or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I finally had 3 gardens. And just as we were wrapping up our first hour, I put the villagers into a hut and they made a baby. And now I have essentially 3 villagers, although the baby remains
right now
defenseless.
The baby just eats.
It just eats. It just eats, but I've got lots of food to go around. So the villager's baby will eventually become a villager, and then I'll have 3 villagers, and I've got more than enough food to go around. I've been fighting the last battle. I had to fight 2 goblins at once. So I feel like the game is like, oh, you've been preparing for a long time. However, we're going to start giving you
start ramping up
2 at a time, and then we'll give you 3 at a time, and then we'll give you 4 at a time, and we're gonna at some point you're gonna get hooped.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna have to stay ahead of the monsters, if you will.
Yeah, and so I've got enough resources to build like more spears and more shields, and
well, that's good.
I got a helmet from the skeleton. Which was cool. So that was like a really high defense item. Yeah. Because you get rabbit hats, but they drop your health by 5 points. So they're kind of cool because they add defense, but you have to sacrifice health. And of course, if you get to 0 health, you die. So losing villagers would be heavily impactful. Because getting villagers is very challenging.
Yeah.
You could get villagers from the packs.
I don't believe so. I think you just get the one freebie.
Is that it?
It's been a minute since I've played.
I don't really remember how I got my second villager.
Yeah.
I want to say it was from a pack, but it could be a really rare drop or something. But I don't know. But I had a lot of fun, and it was it's a very basic game. But it's got a good, well thought out loop. The resources seem to be well balanced, and the game progression is kind of calm, but also kind of keeps your interest. It holds your interest.
It's chill but pertinent, like
we'll call it chill plus.
Chill plus, I love it.
So it's good. So Stacklands, I really enjoyed this game. Graphics and art, basic.
It's basic, yeah. But it doesn't have to be anything.
It's kind of the art style of like a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old drew all the art. But I kind of like the style. It's kind of more like
it's very stick fighter.
Yeah, it's very like stick man and stick drawings and happy smiley faces and stuff. But I kind of like the aesthetic. It's just like you're getting into a simpler game that's going to be more relaxing to play because it looks relaxing.
And it is relaxing. Stacklands is super chill when I play.
But the graphics are pretty low quality.
Yeah.
That being said, as far as the art style goes, it is very consistent. It's very easy to tell what the cards are and what the items are. And so, well, from a technological standpoint, I wouldn't rate this very high on the graphics. And if we're talking just like GPUs and RTX, it's a 2-dimensional card game, friends.
Cell shading. Ray tracing.
Yeah. We're not playing like Yu-Gi-Oh! The monsters aren't coming to life.
Yeah, they're not jumping off the cards.
No. So it is kind of fun. There were like rabbits that were randomly hopping around my base and pooping everywhere.
I'm 9% sure you can pen the rabbits. Like you can build like farms or ranches or something. I don't quote me on that.
And you might be able to. I didn't get any meat from the rabbits though, but I could sell their poop, which was great. Actually, for a while there, I was running on a purely poop economy. I was just selling rabbit poop, and every one poop was worth a coin, and I was buying pack after pack after pack just by selling poop. It was great. Felt like a poop smith. So graphics and art, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. And the reason I'll do that is because, while it's not graphically impressive by any means, the artwork is calm, relaxing, nice. The UI is very easy to follow. It's very easy to functionally know what each card does. The tooltips are helpful. The quests are helpful. So yeah, 7 out of 10. I mean, it was good enough for what it's trying to do. Music and audio. So I really enjoyed the music. The audio was a little bit quirky and there wasn't a ton of it. Like just little like battle noises, like things banging against each other. And whenever you moved a guy, he was like, so the music and audio, I mean, games like this don't tend to have a lot of audio, little card shuffle sounds and things like that. The music was nice. It was just kind of calm and relaxing and chill. So ultimately, I would give this game a 7 out of 10 on music and audio. Nothing super crazy about it. I don't think games like this have much of an opportunity to really showcase like dynamic audio, 3-dimensional audio, sound reflecting off of a surface. Yeah, directional, 5.1 Dolby Surround.
It's coming from the left side.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So, I mean, it's a 7. I mean, it's good enough for what the game is.
It does what it needs to do.
Provided some nice music, and it was calming, and it was a good experience. Gameplay. Wow. Well. So, I have trouble giving card and deck building games anything much higher than an 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because, like, there's not much to the gameplay. But the gameplay that is there is nice. It's calm. It's relaxing. It's easy to follow. I'm sure that in different circumstances and different luck, I could have, completely been wiped out my first round. But I'm good. Are you okay, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm just falling.
You're sliding. You're
I'm
falling
slowly
again.
Falling
remember last time you slid off the bottom of the chair and then you couldn't get back up?
Horrible, guy. Yeah. Like it was bad.
We're getting too old for that. So gameplay, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really thought that for what it does as a deck builder, kind of card builder game. I don't have a ton of experience with these, but I was playing Cultist Simulator.
Oh, which I also introduced him to.
Yeah, Cultist Simulator's a lot of fun, but it's punishing.
Yes, very punishing.
And it's like, no, you're going to die at some point. You're never gonna it's gonna be a long time before you get a successful run.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And this game I feel like is more of like Look, we're not going to punish you. We're going to give you an easy game loop, something that's calm and fun. You can definitely mess it up, but we're going to give you something that, starts you off right and makes you feel good. And I feel like this game really aces that.
It did it for you.
Yeah, it did it for me.
Nice.
It was nice.
I'm really happy.
So gameplay, 8 out of 10. For fun, it's a 9 out of 10 game.
Cool.
For fun, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how much longevity I would get out of a game like this. I guess
1 or 2 good runs and then move on.
Yeah, I might play a game like this for 10, 15 hours at most, and then I might kind of lose my enjoyment factor.
Yeah.
But if it's ever like I just need a calm game to melt my brain, this is it. This is it.
So this what, $8, $9?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Let me go back to Stacklands was $10.49 Canadian. For you Americans, that's probably under $7.
Probably. Yeah.
And it's got some expansion packs. So they've got like a cool villagers, builders, Stacklands, Simland, Clickyland. They're selling a bundle of their games. And then there's Stacklands 2000, which adds an industrial age. So that might be cool. It's about another $10. It's 10% off right now. So $7 for you American friends. And it looks good. It's fun. If you want a goofy little card deck builder game, this is going to do it for you. Its recent reviews are very positive. It's all reviews of all time. There's 24,701 reviews on Steam.
Boom.
And it is overwhelmingly positive. If I look for negative reviews on this game, I'm willing to bet you it would be hard to find. I don't know if I would. I mean, there has to be if some are very positive. Okay, here's the one. From July 2022, Stacklands is an interesting idea brought to life with gusto, and I agree with that. That I sadly don't want to ever touch again.
Oh.
Played it for over 3 hours and reached the vanilla win condition, and I can say with certainty it's cute, funny, challenging, and compelling, but also stressful and messy. While constant micromanaging of every production facility I can somewhat handle with constant pausing. And I can understand that argument. I was feeling a little bit of a tiny, tiny tinge of anxiety while playing it. For those who are listening, I feel anxiety almost all the time. So for me to not feel anxiety would be weird. I think in general, this is a good game. It's fun. It's a cute card builder. And I think that you could get, like I said, maybe 10 or 15 hours of gameplay out of it. And for $10, $1 an hour, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So my general rating is 7.8 out of 10. And as far as my fault or catapult, I'm going to say this is a catapult. If you like deck building games and you want to just have a little fun on a little side quest with a quaint little game that can capture your attention for a little bit of time, Stacklands is the game for you.
Stacklands.
So on to the opposite side of the spectrum, how was Warhammer 40,000 WarpForge?
Trash.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. So right off the hop, it's a unskippable 20-minute tutorial.
Oh, right? That's terrible. Everybody knows how to play deck builder games already. They don't need a tutorial.
Yeah, especially because the tutorial only gives you the most basic things.
Oh no.
Like there's a lot of concepts in card games, especially competitive CCG games that you need to understand. Like for example, Storm in Magic still confuses people. And there are those effects in this game. So the tutorial just teaches you the stupid basic stuff that most people going into a trading card game already know. Right? So if they were going to force a tutorial on you, it should have been on the unique aspects of the game.
Or at least optional.
And the minute you get out of the tutorial, I'm talking the very second, it's, hey, pay $20 for this pack.
Oh, we don't like that.
We have opinions about microtransactions.
Yeah, we have opinions about that.
So, and it wasn't just after that. It's after every match I played, I was told, hey, if you spend $20 now, or if you pay $19.48 now, you get this pack or these expansions or this stuff.
Aren't those games illegal in China now? I heard something that they said that games where you pay money for the random chance to get something is now no longer considered
gambling.
Yeah, it's considered gambling. So
I don't know about China. But I know the EU is passing some strong laws regarding that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, think about it. How many kids have spent like tens of thousands of dollars of their savings and their
and I'll give them this: the gambling, the loot boxes. After every so there's the draft, and drafts come in 3 levels. There's free to play, there's premium, and then there's elite. And premium costs, I think it was 50 of the special in-game currency, which you can earn, and then the elite is 10 of the premium game currency, which you have to purchase.
Oh, okay.
And I could be misremembering, so if you're a big WarpForge fan, let me know. But at the free level, which I played, I lost all 3 games. But depending on how many times you win, you get a chance at a random pack draw, which is fine, right? Whatever. That doesn't bother me. In draft, the nature of draft is no one's going in with a meta deck. Everyone is picking cards and trying to make a deck out of a random assortment. And that's fine. Again, not mad about it. What I am mad about is the game is very much there's no turnaround. Like there's no reversals. So once someone starts winning, they've won. Right? Which was upsetting. Once someone establishes a dominant board state, that's it. There's no coming back.
There's not enough variety and special cards to allow for a turnaround.
And again, maybe there is, and I never unlocked them. But either way, very boring to play once you started to lose. It didn't feel meaningful. You like to feel like every card you play does something and means something. Nothing did. And again, my biggest gripe is like every time I turned around, it was, here's our storefront, buy something from us right now. And I detest microtransactions. I think if your game model relies on microtransactions, you shouldn't make a game.
Yeah.
And someone will sit here and go, well, what about the free-to-play guys? It's like, yeah, you monetize the crap out of that with your in-game ads anyway. So what about your free-to-play guys?
Yeah, I think that's the really big challenge about free-to-play is it's like, okay, if I'm a game studio that, let's say, already has my established IPs that are earning money, and I decide to make something like a free-to-play card game.
Sure.
Now, I have to, as with all things in capitalism, I have to create the game with the intent of earning money on it somehow.
Absolutely.
So how do I do that? Well, I would suggest equaling the playing field for all of the players. No pay to win. However, you can have people entering into tournaments, and it's a buy-in to buy into the tournament,
sure,
and you have tournament prizes, and like there's ways to do that in a way that isn't just pay to win microtransactions. Think of like gacha games where you're like only $20 for 10 pulls, and you're like, holy crap, people are doing like 1,000 pulls a month and spending like
it's obscene what some of these gacha games rake in on these pulls. And guys, it's just drawing.
Yeah, but I would also say like these card games that are free to play where you have to pay for packs is just card game gacha. That's all it is.
No, 100% is card game gacha.
This is just Western gacha games.
It's just Western gacha. So I get overall, like, mechanically the game played well. Like there was no like janky moments, and the existing things played well. It was lore accurate. Like I'm not mad at a lot of it. I'm mad at the core concept stuff.
Yeah.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about graphics and art. The cards are beautifully drawn. They went out of their way to find some really great guys to do it. They're not very, I guess, active, but it's a card game. What do you want, right? And I guarantee you, it's mostly meant for the mobile market, right? So it's limited there as well. So, given all that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for art. It was really rather beautifully done. I love Warhammer. I love the world of Warhammer, and to see it done so well was really cool.
That's very nice.
Music and audio, very basic, like kind of operatic, space, grimdark music.
Yeah. Space gothic.
Yeah, space goth. And every once in a while, when your characters did something cool, like shot their cannon or something, it had that sound effect.
Very cool.
So again, really nice. I give it that one a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Wow. So, I mean, I'm going to stop you there and go, this is looking pretty good so far, Aaron.
But wait, there's more.
Ah.
Let's talk about gameplay. Matches took forever to find. When I did find a match, it was either against a meta deck that absolutely tromped me, or they were better skilled than me. And when that occurs, you don't feel good, right? And there's very little emphasis. There should be a better way to sort of separate player bases. Magic the Arena does it really well. They have the bronze, silver tiers. League of Legends does it. Like, there's tiers of gameplay that I didn't see, and that bothers me quite a bit. That's a very simple, basic thing to do, and it should have been done. So on that, I'm going to give the gameplay a 4.
Okay.
There was very basic things that they missed a beat on that override how the execution that they did on the other. It's a competent game. I don't want people to walk away thinking they biffed it, but where they biffed it is so key to the healthy competitiveness of this sort of game that it's unforgivable. And add the fact that every 30 seconds I was getting confronted with a visit our storefront, buy our stuff. Just left a bad taste.
Well, working on some of my own game dev stuff that I've been slowly picking away at, I create your main character, I create some mobs. The hardest thing for me is to go, okay, well, how many hit points should this mob get? And how much damage should they do? And how do you balance that? And how do you make it? And like, I'm at a point where I have like 3 mobs and 1 character, and I'm literally just proof of concepting gameplay ideas at this point. And I often think to myself, like, there are much smarter people than me out there that can figure out how to balance a game. But also, I don't think you ever really figured out. You just kind of go, oh, this slime is going to get 3 hit points, and this boar will get 5, and this skeleton will get 10, and you just kind of like randomly throw stuff in there that makes sense to how you want to scale them up. And then at some point, you end up with a game that's, in beta, and you're like, oh, I got a whole lot of rebalancing to do. Because
none of this is fun.
And I feel like if I tried making a collectible card game, and other than the fact that I'm not much of an artist, if I was to make a collectible card game, I think I could make some really cool, fun game mechanics. But balancing it out when you've got, like, let's say you've got tens of thousands of unique potential cards, or even, let's say, keep it easy, 500 unique potential cards in the game, to balance it out so that it's a fun playing field and it's fun for all the players, and there's turnarounds and there's little things that kind of catch people off guard, and it would be so hard, and it just boggles my mind even trying to think about it.
Yeah, no, it's not simple, and the ones that do it well do it very well. But I mean, and this is just going to be a cold hard fact, I don't think any card game has ever done it very, very well. Like, some people say Magic, but let's be honest here, guys. Magic turns into who tops the best card. Like,
yeah, well, that's like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, there's
Yu-Gi-Oh is 100% who had the best opening hand, right?
I took
because there's no mana in Yu-Gi-Oh.
I took a young kid that I was volunteering with, who was probably about 16, to a Yu-Gi-Oh card tournament, and all of the people that were there were like 35 to 45.
Oh,
and they'd all spent between $3,000 and $5,000 just basically buying their cards and building.
Yeah, the best deck, the best meta.
And like, what Yu-Gi-Oh was supposed to be was you were supposed to have a back and forth. I play one monster, you play one monster. I do this, you do that. But it was like, okay, basically on their first turn, they won.
Yeah, they would play their entire...
They would play like their entire hands played out. And then I do this, and then I summon 4 of these, and then I do this, and then you have no... And I'm like... And then I quadruple my health points, and I've got 28,000 health. And I'm like, what the heck? How does this happen in one round? And I realized that this is the monster and the beast of building any kind of game, whether it's a collectible card game or a video game, that your beast eventually becomes a capitalist machine that has completely thrown away the fun, because Yu-Gi-Oh should have been a kid's card game, not for middle-aged men.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm sorry.
There's also...
I'm not trying to yuck on your yum, but
yeah,
dude, quit going to tournaments where there's kids and just making the kids feel like a bunch of losers, because that's what happens. They feel rejected, and they feel like they can't win when, some dipstick with $5,000 walks in and
the
just
power of the adult.
It's just it's not fair that adults are playing in the kids'
comps. There should be separate.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. It really hit a sensitive spot for me because I was like, that's
fair.
This is supposed to be a fun thing where you randomly get a card in a pack. Not I went on eBay or some card trading site and just like bought up all my decks so I could go and pretend to be I'm Kaiba, Seto Kaiba, and I'm cool because I have 3 blue eyes white privilege cards. I don't know, man.
You're not feeling it,
and that's I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Keep your game balanced, guys. If you're building card games, please balance the heck out of them, and don't just keep producing cards to capitalize on cards, man. And there should be limited runs on cards. There should be like one card where there's only 5 in the whole entire world. There's only 5. Like, make it interesting, right? Make it like finding treasure. Anyway. Did you have fun?
No. And I didn't have fun for 3 reasons. 1, I kept losing, and no one likes to lose. And a lot of times that was because of my misplays. So I see the loop. I see how I could have played better. That was neat. I enjoyed that. But at the same time, none of the games lasted long enough, and none of my cards were impactful enough that I could have turned it around using those bad plays as learning experiences. So the only way would have been to play more games. I have no interest in playing more games, right? I want to be able to learn and play and do better. And I can't, not in the format they've picked. The format they picked is you've lost. Play your next game. Some people love that. I don't. I want to be able to, in game, in that moment, be like, okay, if I pivot, if I change my play style, there is a chance I can come up or do better. Mm-hmm. So I detest deterministics.
Yeah, that's I think one of the reasons why I love and hate chess. Because people that are so good at chess, at some point, they've won 4 moves in, and you just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem.
They're so smug about it, too. They're like, you don't see it yet.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you...
Yeah. And I think that's the problem with these deterministic games. And I mean, you could argue that all games are like that.
Yeah, to an extent, absolutely.
Like RTSs and StarCraft.
But at least they hide them better and have more interactivity. Anyway, for fun, I'm going to give this a 4.
Well, good sir, your general rating is a 5.5.
Which is a mixed review, which is what they have right now.
So...
And, hey, I'm willing to admit a lot of this could just be salty because I suck and I kept losing. But, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, though, is in order to entice, especially new players, and I find, like, EVE Online is a game like this.
Oh, God, EVE Online is just a gong show.
In order to entice new players, you have to give them a win. You have to give them some reason to keep going. A consolation prize, something to make them feel like they're not just fighting a losing battle constantly. Like, that's why I don't play Call of Duty. Because I'm going to log in and I'm going to get ganked in 5 seconds and I'm going to the match is over for me. And there has to be an entry level to the game that's accessible and fun, where you slowly turn the tap of the difficulty up.
Yeah.
And I think that's the challenge with competitive games. But if you love competition, because I saw you getting a little bit, you were getting in there. You're like, I'm going to do it.
I was getting there.
You declared victory a couple of times.
Way too early.
And then you're like, son of a.
Yeah.
So the competition is fun. But I've got to ask you, Aaron, what is the fate you designed for this game?
Unfortunately, because of the gross monetization, that for me, more than anything, like, hey, if it was just because I sucked, I would admit that there's an actual in-depth, robust card game behind it. But the fact that the monetization is so blatant, so gross, this is going into the fault lines. I cannot support any company that does this sort of gross over minute monetization and microtransactions.
Yeah. Well, especially you're like playing the game for 5 minutes and like spend $20,
yeah,
friend.
Exactly, right?
Whereas I can get Stacklands for $10 and I can play for hours and hours and hours of fun. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to add about Warhammer 40,000 WarpForge?
WarpForge. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right.
Guys,
That's too bad.
Don't do it. But you know, if you are into Warhammer and you are into card games,
And you like spending money.
And you like spending money.
Hey, you know what? Not every game's for everybody.
Yeah.
And this one's not for us. Sorry, friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, friends.
Don't do.
But I do recommend you check out Stacklands if you like the deck building, kind of card building game strategy type games. Get into Stacklands. It's fun. It offers you a good amount of fun, several hours of fun for $10 Canadian. Which, to be honest, there's a lot of games out there for $10 that don't offer you a whole heck of a lot of much. So yeah, Stacklands. It's fun. It's cute. It's aesthetically pleasing, and it's a good, calm, relaxing time. At least that's my experience.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. Well, thanks for coming down, everybody, and
thanks
listening
for joining
on
us.
in. We this episode will probably not go up until sometime in the new year. So if it is the new year, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, we're always doing stuff. Please hop on in. We love visiting. Our Discord is very active. Granted, it's just 3 people, but we're happy and we're chatting on there all the time. So come join us.
Yeah, and if you want to get in touch, you can email us at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
Oh my goodness!
Stop in, say hello.
Yeah. Hey, give us some recommendations. Let us know what's up.
We'd
love to hear from you.
If you want a link to our Discord, just send us an email. We'll give you an invite.
Yeah. It's also on our the Discord link is on our Patreon.
Yeah, the Discord link is free and available on our Patreon for you can also join Patreon without paying anything.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, there's a $0 tier.
Yeah, so you can come in, say hello. There's a lot of content that we're putting up there. A lot of free pre-banter. I'm going to continue putting pre-banter up for free for a little bit longer just because we're trying to grow the podcast.
Yeah.
But
we're having fun, which is the most important part.
But check it out. We've got our Discord link up there, and we'd love you to stop on by and have a conversation.
Yeah, so until then,
good luck.
Have fun.
Don't die.
Like how that...
Yeah, right?
Well done.
I mean, it's better than good luck, have fun, die. あなたは死んでる.
And that's our time, and the end of our episode.
But don't feel sad it's over. Be glad it happened. From the 2 of us in the basement, thanks for tuning in.
Join us next time.
And feel free to send us any feedback on our socials or send us a direct email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And if you're really interested in what we're doing, join us on Patreon, where we will have loads of behind-the-scenes stuff and uncut takes as more episodes are released. Patreon.com/basements, faults, and catapults.
We're always excited to hear from you because we love engagement. We look forward to our next catapult launch and hope you can join us for the ensuing chaos.
Good luck.
See you next time.